Talking to the moon. Let's see. Come on in, come on in. Let's see. Let's get some background music going. What's going on, Art? What's going on, bro? You doing all right? But I see you over there building something crazy. They be sleeping on you, bro. They be hey you got to let them know what it is, bro. They sleeping on you, man. Y'all better stop sleeping on Art, man. Y'all pull up, man. Let me know where you from, man. Let me know where you at. Let's get this thing popping. I want to put some background music on tonight, man. Um, we'll put some background music on tonight, so we can sit down and we can have a little bit of discussion. Just something nice and cool. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. Yeah, y'all come on in, man. Let me know where y'all from, where y'all at. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. As y'all know, there's a bunch of shit been going on. You know, usually this time of the night, man, I kind of reserve this for like, regular conversation, regular talk. You know what I'm saying? I've been motorcycling all day, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like I want to dive into a bunch of this shit tonight. You know what I mean? I just want to get some people in and get their opinions about all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's the frustration that people are dealing with now, and what are we gonna do, and how do we respond to what's going on, and is this I don't want to get into the whole if it's political propaganda, but let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's really get down to the meat and potatoes of it. Let's talk about what they don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like we can speculate all we want, right? We all have an obligation to whatever it is that we feel like we have an obligation to. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. And I really do believe that what's happening is that we keep saying that everybody has the right to their opinion, but then we want to take their opinion away from them. And it's hard to have these types of conversations when you have people on both sides of the spectrum. But at some point, we have to realize that this is something that we got to communicate. We got to talk about this. We've been burying shit for a long time. And, I was always taught that for the most part, black people aren't racist, right? And I believe that to a certain extent. And the reason why I say I believe that to a certain extent, because we are one of the most forgiving people outside of our own communities. When it comes to what we deal with inside of our communities, it's easier. It's easier to deal with us because because it's within us, right? I'm gonna put your G-Man. I put your comment up on the screen because I want to kind of go through what I was talking about, and then we'll come back to your comment. Well, listen, since you on that, G-Man say blacks can never be racist. We can be prejudiced. We can be bigoted, but never racist. To be racist, you are you are write and enforce laws regarding race via housing, employment, educational organizations. Um, I believe that if we owned certain things, I believe that there's certain criteria that we would expect, but I don't think that we would say, well, this person can't, this person doesn't belong here because of their skin tone or culture. That's just I've never experienced that as a black man, right? Uh, and the reason why I put the background up is because my granddaughter, you know what I'm saying, is a biracial baby, and in these days and times, like she's a third generation from me, and not even old enough to even deal with what this color barrier is. And again, me growing up in a situation, low income housing, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have to deal with any of uh, the bigotness because I was always around my people. We had one white neighbor, you know what I'm saying, and she was cool, you know what I'm saying, for what she was. Uh, but I do understand that there has been a stigmatism based on what when white people are living in trailer parks and and all that other type of shit. But at the end of the day, it was never anything racist. You know what I'm saying? Bestowed upon us. Now I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? For some of us that had older grannies, you know what I'm saying? Like I can honestly tell you, like my granny never said, "Oh, I don't want this white woman in my house or white person in my house." It was never like that. We got all kinds of jokes that our mamas, when the phone rang and there was a white person on the other line, their voice would change. They would go from cussing your ass out and calling you everything but the child of God to hello, how can I help you? You know what I'm saying? So, I think us as blacks, we had to wear a lot of hats. So it was never a situation where it was coming down to, oh, this person is a racist because they don't like this or they don't like that. It was always an opinion. It was always an option. And that was one thing that we fought for, you know what I'm saying, to be able to have an option or to have an opinion about whatever it is that we wanted to have an opinion about. Now, moving forward 40 years, I mean, things have changed. People are different. We have a lot more intermingling, with cultures now that we didn't have, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stayed on their side. But as we got older, we started to want to see different things and want to be a part of different things. And that's what we did. The times were different. And, we have, a different set of rules, so to speak. Coming up, watching like Roots and shit, you know what I'm saying? We like, man, ain't no fucking way. I ain't, man, if that was me, man, if that was you, you was going to get your ass beat too. The mentality is today, you know what I'm saying? Now, we all have different options. And because we have different options, you can, fight whatever battle you want to fight. But if that was me back in the day, man, I would have XYZ. That's not true. You'd have got your ass beaten. You'd have got hung. You'd have got your feet cut off and all that shit. You got a biracial son in Korea, a daughter in Germany as well. And G, so you know what I mean? So it's not like we live in this closed box, right? And I can honestly say that as a black man, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot of options because of who we are. You know what I mean? There are those that want to be or not want to be, you know what I'm saying, in accumulation with the rest of us. But that's on both sides. I mean, you know what I mean? That's on a lot of sides. There's a lot of people that don't indulge in their own culture. They don't have the same response to their culture as they do to ours. So because of that, you know what I'm saying, you get this what we would call a wigger or a migger or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's not in our particular culture but that enjoys our culture, right? And this is not, what the whole point of asking the question, what is racism, you know what I'm saying, is what is racism and why does it still exist in this day and time when we have so much more, in my opinion, to be thankful for. When in my opinion, that we have so much more to be thankful and be appreciative for. We learn from each other, you know what I mean? And of course, in America, as blacks, you're correct, we have two sides switch. Yeah, and it's crazy that we still, even in this day and time, I think we still have to have that. That we have to have multiple hats. We have to wear multiple hats, right? If me as a black man says that, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. If I say I didn't want to watch the Super Bowl halftime because I don't understand Spanish, doesn't mean that I don't like, Puerto Ricans, or if I don't like Hispanic people. It's easy to just go do something else while the music is going on in the background. You have to realize, what is it, Super Bowl 60? G-Man, what Super Bowl was? I'm so detached from it. Let me see what Super Bowl this is. Let's see. Number Super Bowl is this. So this is Super Bowl 60, right? So in 60 years, you had a black artist last year and a Hispanic artist this year. I mean, goddamn. I mean, you think that 60 Super Bowls, like we ain't, I mean, damn, we can't get one? We complaining about one or we complaining about two? Like, goddamn, like, it's going to come back around. They're going to have different artists every year. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be the same artist. Oh, well, y'all had, we had Beyonce and Snoop Dogg and all of these things. And the simple fact of the matter is, it's been 60. I know for a fact, I think the Rolling Stones and maybe even the Beatles that's performed for the Super Bowl. And I'm sure we can look that up, you know what I'm saying, to go down the list to see what was for us and what wasn't for us. I mean, when Michael Jackson did it, I mean, shit, he was the king of pop, so he was worldwide. He wasn't just nationwide, and nobody complained then, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like we want to find something to argue about. We want to find something to fight about. Like, what the fuck are we fighting about? We arguing about some shit that only lasted 10 minutes. And next week, we won't even be talking about it. Not the Super Bowl, maybe you know what I'm saying? Like, how many Seattle Seahawks fans, or how many, New England fans, that's mad because they lost, or, you know what I'm saying, the coaches, everybody's so caught up with the goddamn halftime show, no different than last year. Kendrick Lamar had people that wouldn't normally listen to his music, listening to his music. And I'm sure at this point, Bad Bunny is the same. People that didn't know what the fuck, and maybe you heard a song like, oh shit, I remember that beat. That's who that is. Now you're able to put a face with a name, or a face with the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I understand that this is a touchy subject, right? And I know it's late. And that's why I do these things late. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a time where maybe your brain is finally let you sit down and relax. You know what I'm saying? So that we can talk about it. We can think about this shit right now. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, what the fuck are they really arguing about? Because I'm not arguing about it. I don't care one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? We all have an obligation, you know what I'm saying, to each other. And I keep saying that, but why do we have to continue to bring up this negative connotation when it comes to what we are, whether you melanated or non-melanated or whatever the case is? We all fighting the same battles with a tyrant, in my opinion. And the best thing that they can do is divide us. The best thing that they can do is separate us. with this rhetoric, and that's what they portray. And it's not just because they portray it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It means that it really does exist. But we as a people have to realize, like, man, what the fuck are they doing? Like, really, like, what are they doing? What is the purpose? Why this and why now, right? We have to sit down and accumulate our thoughts and say, man, what's really going on? What's really going on? Why are we doing this? And why now? We got a whole generation of young people trying to get into politics, trying to get into all this old type of shit. But, man, if you think about what they're doing, no different than what I'm doing right now. Sitting down in front of a screen. We're talking heads, and that's what they're trying to create, talking heads. If you look at what's going on with TikTok and, some of these other social media platforms and shit, they try to encourage, you got to get your following up. Get your following up. You want people to follow you. Man, listen. They're giving everybody the ability to have a public opinion so that people like you, people like me can sit down and say, no, you're wrong. You're wrong in what you believe in. You're wrong in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's social media, and we get the opportunity to judge you based off of what you put on, on your social media page. Now, the funny thing that I see is that, you'll get these people to say, and these are buddies of mine, you know what I'm saying, that will say, hey, man, if you don't like what I say, unfollow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the crazy part about all of this is that, man, this is all by design. This is all by design. You know who the people are that you don't need to be associated with. I know who the people I don't need to be associated with. And I stay away from those people. I don't have to go by a post, see something I don't like, and continue to have this person in my friends list. You know what I'm saying? I have the option of taking that person out of my communications. You know what I'm saying? I can block them so they can't see anything that I got going on. You know what I mean? I don't have to see anything that they got going on. You know who these people are. What's up, Julie? You know what I'm saying? I got a celebrity on here, man. Y'all give it up, man. Bougie Bites in the building. You know what I'm saying? Bougie Bites has really been a great supporter of me and everything that I got going on for at least the last 10 years. So anything, man, y'all need them sweets. Y'all need them pies and them cheesecakes and shit, man. Y'all holler at Julie, man, over at Bougie Bites. She got a website up, too. Julie, go on and put your website up. Again, a good close friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, Julie might not have grown up with me, but Julie understands, you know what I'm saying, the plight of us. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not asking for Julie to change the person that she is or act a certain way just to be in my company. And I really do believe that we, as a culture, we don't ask people to change. We accept it for who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just that when you start acting a different way, shit, we start looking at you differently. I am not about to sit here and pretend that I'm holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? I got my own set of rules. But at the end of the day, man, we have to understand that if we don't support each other first, man, we're doomed. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I own a business. And if I can't get my people to shop with me, you know what I'm saying, then I can't get them to shop with me because I do shitty work, right? I get mad because you won't shop with me because I do shitty work. But if I do good work and you don't shop with me, then I have a reason to say, hey, man, look, I'm doing the same. I do the same thing. Why wouldn't you support me? You know what I'm saying? because I look like you. The difference is because we didn't screwed over each other so much that we don't trust each other. And that's the biggest problem. It's not that we don't like white people or Hispanic people or Asian or Indian people. It's not even that we don't like each other. The fact that we've been screwed over by each other for so long, it created a distrust. And the crazy part is that we've come to a point now that we just want to be seen. We just want to be heard by any means necessary. And yes, social media grants us that ability to be seen and to be heard. The problem is that we're not ready for what comes with that. We're not ready for what comes with the being seen and being heard, because we've been ignored for so long. Now that we have a voice, it's almost like, yeah, I know you got a voice, but we're going to muffle it a little bit. You're talking too much. You're giving out too much information. And that in itself is not right. All right, let's see. G-Man says, funny thing about it, foreigners have performed no problem. Rolling Stones, Shakira, the week. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. These are the performers that's performed in the Super Bowl over the last 6 decades. G-Man has posted. It's let's see. Rolling Stones, Shakira, The Weeknd, Sting. None of these artists are American. Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican, being a U.S. territory. Since the Spanish-American War, JC is doing a good job producing the halftime shows. Race is a construct invented for division, a tool used by society to divide and conquer. It gets deeper with our race. We have colorism. Okay, let's see what Julie says. So Julie says, yeah, Julie, we know. I know how you feel about the whole race thing. What's going on, Gary? Hands down, no one can even compete with the upgrade when it comes to sound. Well, I mean, there's some people out there that can compete, but the thing of it is that I only brought that up only because it's usually about race. The reason why people won't support you, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're a black business or a white business or a Hispanic business, for the most part, you know, you can have customers of all cultures. Gary said there was a Super Bowl. Yeah, Gary, I don't know where you've been the last couple of days, but yeah, there was a Super Bowl that took place yesterday. But the Super Bowl wasn't the big issue. It was the halftime show that's the big issue, and that's what's going on in our country now. That's the biggest thing that we're all in an uproar because of the halftime show. Again, no different than last year when, Grandma Betty didn't want to see Kendrick Lamar. Who is this guy? Who is Kendrick? Who is K Dot? What is that? What is that? What is a Kendrick? And we all go through this. We all have gone through some type of, who is this and what is this and why are we doing this? The problem is, in my opinion, is the fact that a lot of us are uneducated about each other's culture. I mean, when you sit up and listen to a motherfucker talking about, this person's from Puerto Rico, he's not even American. But Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, as G-Man stated. American, U.S., United States territory. That means that he has just as many, opportunities for the land of the free and the home of the brave as any one of us. If you don't like it because you don't understand it, say, I didn't listen to it because I don't understand it. Don't just be like, why the fuck, what I'm saying? The Super Bowl is American and we should, man, listen. They play games in Mexico. They play games in Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't start, a football league in Japan or Korea or some, you know what I mean? Just The National Football League is extending their arms out to a bunch of different countries. And let's be real, man. You know, we get mad because we don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's the lack of understanding what's keeping us frustrated. Instead of us just having an understanding, like, okay, that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? All right, you don't like it. If it's something that it's no different than having your favorite show come on, right? Anybody can attest to this. When, what's the name of that show? Used to come on, the show that used to come on Channel 4, one with Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson. Man, I'm talking about the first season, man, I was on it. But as soon as I seen something I didn't like, I turned it off. I didn't want to watch it no more. Not that the show had it just got to the point where I just couldn't watch it no more. And that's just what it was. Doesn't have anything to do with me having a dislike for I didn't want to see any specific, no different than watching a show and, there's a person getting killed every 15 minutes. I don't want to watch that. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch horror movies. I don't watch horror because I don't want to see blood and guts. But I'll watch an action flick, Jason Statham and some Steven Seagal and all of these type of shit. But I just don't want to see bloody horror movies. You know what I'm saying? Action is totally different for me. Maybe it's the suspense in the music. Maybe it's all of a sudden somebody getting their head cut the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't watch them. But I'm not a racist because I don't want to watch Nightmare on Elm. Friday the 13th or Halloween. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make me racist because I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? But because somebody doesn't like something, the problem is it's not that there's a problem that you don't like it. You told somebody that you don't like it. You expressed on social media that you have a problem with it. And maybe it's the tone behind what you say, as they say. Man, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Well, fuck. Man, listen. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say, how I want to say it. If you don't like it, change the channel. This is the problem. We don't want to change the channel because we're so addicted to drama that's what creates the problem. That's it. We don't want to change the channel. It's like a train wreck. It's fucked up, but you can't take your eyes off of it. Just like a 50 car pileup. You're going to sit there and watch every fucking car run into the next car and watch another. Man, it is so much shit that we have access to create laughter, to create good memories. But we want the drama. We want the shit that continues to beat our brains into submission about the shit that we shouldn't even be concerned about. Yes. Yes. We can take the simplest shit and make it about the R word. We can take the smallest thing and create the biggest problem out of it. Because I'm black and I don't like something, I'm racist. That is the weirdest shit to me. Because you don't like something and you're Hispanic, you're racist. Because you don't like something and you're white or you're Indian or you're Asian, that makes you racist. That's not true. It's your delivery. I don't know. I can take what you said, but it was just how you said it. And grow a pair of balls, man. Change the channel. Change the fucking channel. That's all you got to do. Because if you change the channel, then you don't have to concern yourself with that. There's a lot of people in this country and in this world that you can communicate with, that can continue to put a smile on your face. But y'all don't want to smile. Y'all want to frown. Y'all want to say angry. Y'all want to say beat up. Y'all want to say in a place where it doesn't make sense. I don't want my grandbaby to grow up and say, when she's able to talk and understand and come to me and say kids are making fun of her because they don't know what she is. You're not all black. You're not all white. You're different. The only difference is that she has a loving mother and father and grandparents that love her also, that are willing to do anything to make sure that she stays safe and is comfortable in her own skin. That's what I'm going to teach her. But I'll be damned if I let anybody put that stupid ass shit in her head. That is when you'll see me go from Mr. Smile to Mr. Frown. And that's the type of shit that we need to be paying attention to. Yes, we all grew up, man. We all got picked on. We all played the dozens. We all got, high side and shit like that, man. But there comes a time where it's time out for that bullshit. The fact that we're still preaching hate, it's weird to me. I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally. Bitch, you racist. You hiding behind a mask with a bunch of fucking holes in it. Yes. When you take that fucking mask off, you'll understand what it is. What's going on, Tony? Say funny thing, when we grew up, we didn't know what racism was among our community because we were all still family. That's why my dad gave us all new names. No, y'all playing, man. Tony would tell you, listen, do you know what my name growing up? Look, Tony's dad, look. Listen, Tony's dad, Mr. Jesse, could not pronounce my name. He didn't like my name. Jesse called me John. My name was not Derek. My name was John to Mr. Jesse. And you know what I did? I just laughed and said, okay, John, that's my name. But I didn't look at that as like, oh, this Mexican man don't want to tell you gonna learn my name. It was just cool. I was a kid. He was an adult. We had respect. And it was funny. It was funny. It was so funny that Tony and Jeffrey used to call me John too. Like they knew my name. But that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? And that was the fun that we had. You know what I'm saying? And we sat on the corner. And those were two of my best friends growing up. You know what I'm saying? We hung out every day. Walked to school, went home from school. We was across, man, those are my people. So that's what I'm saying. Like, man, people get so caught up because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't live in a community that we seen race as a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, they was white or they was Mexican or they was blah, blah, blah. And we moved the fuck on. We had fun with each other and that was it. So then when you start getting movies like White Man Can't Jump. So now we're starting to, hell, I had partners, growing up, we playing basketball shit, man. I'm Larry Bird. We wanted to be Larry, it was cats that wanted to be Larry Bird. I didn't want to be Larry Bird, you know what I'm saying? I was a Jordan fan, so, but people wanted, man, I'm shooting like Larry Bird. I got a Larry Bird jumper. It wasn't instilled in us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where the disconnect is because there's so many, excuse me, so many people in this younger generation between 60 and 30 that have this, confusion going on because of, like fuck, I understand if you 70 years old, you dealt with racism, like probably bad. But it all depends on what part of the country you grew up in too. You know, I mean, I think I worked with a couple of white gentlemen, and they were telling me when the Ku Klux Klan came through Fort Worth, I might have been born, I don't know, but it didn't affect me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't affect me at all. I lived in a section of Fort Worth, man, that had a big name. A big name. And it started with a black woman and ended with a married white couple. You know, like it's, man, all I'm saying is, man, listen, if being racist means that I cannot voice my opinion, or I can't not like something, then I guess I'm gonna be a racist. Cause there's a lot of shit I don't like. There's a lot of shit I don't like. There's a lot of shit I don't like that white people do. There's a lot of shit I don't like that black people do. Shit I don't like Mexican people do, and Asian. Hell, I don't eat egg rolls and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's an Asian. I don't eat tamales. So cause I don't eat tamales, I don't like Hispanic people. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You know, I don't eat potato salad with raisins in it, so I don't like white people. That's weird as fuck. Come on, man. Y'all got to get off the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just want to find something to be mad at something about. Like, you are that fucked up in your own self-life that you can't be happy about nothing unless it suits you. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know, and a lot of time, man, a lot of people are afraid to say what's real. A lot of people are afraid to say what needs to be said. Now, again, you know, my conversation is only gonna go so far. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. It's cool. I don't have a problem with where my conversation go. If I can have this conversation with one or two people, I'm all right with that. But let's not allow this bullshit political propaganda, man, because they want us to destroy each other. It ain't even just in the black community no more. It's to move over to the white community. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised in 10 years them same two white people that got killed by ICE magically reappear some fucking where. Magically reappear somewhere. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they gone, but it's just the fact that it happens. What the fuck going on? Man, I'm gonna have to. Sorry about this, y'all. I guess my internet is on the fritz or some shit going on. But nonetheless, that's what happens when you start talking some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like this start to happen. But nonetheless, I mean, you know, we done been in situations before where weird shit didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? They keep talking about sending motherfuckers around the moon and shit again. You know what I'm saying? Now that we have the technology to keep it. Now that we have digital, you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about them fucking reel-to-reel tapes and shit that got lost magically. But nonetheless, man, we got a lot more shit that we can be concerned about. You know, the price of groceries is going up fucking sky high. The fact that we probably gonna have to build a compound and 100 families living in 4 houses. You know what I'm saying? No different than what they did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? On the plantation. The same land that you buy, you getting taxed on it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't own it. The same land that you got to pay taxes on, that they keep telling you, hey man, buy land, just buy land. You can buy land and get tax benefits, but you don't own that land. You know, and let's be real. The money is good as long as black people ain't got it. It just is what it is. You know, let's talk about it. When black people spend money, the economy moves. If black people don't spend money, the economy shuts down. When black people ain't got money, the economy ain't moving. Because you know why? Because white people are saving money. We spending it as fast as we get it. And I've been a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to teach each other nothing. We want to gatekeep, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? As long as my pocket is fatter than yours, I'm all right. It's weird. But nonetheless, it's a dog-eat-dog world. But I'm not for the shit on somebody else to make a name for myself. And I'll tell you this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, y'all been watching me for years. You know what I'm saying? I might even post some shit that another shop did or whatever, man. But I'm not for the dog no black person out on a public setting. It's not in my makeup. Now, you know what I'm saying? We want to have a conversation, shit. You know, we sitting there and the motherfucker do some fucked up shit. That's some shit that you talk to, you know. Hey, man, if you can't talk to that person, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Bobby with the shit say, man, my nigga, we fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right now, bro, this ain't a good time for us. You know, we need a little space. But I'm not finna be like, man, damn Pocket, man, you know what I'm saying? Type Pocket, man, I'm gonna fuck you up, man, because I heard what you said. No, listen. Hey, Type Pocket, man, some come down the pike like, hey, say, bro, that you had an issue with me. What's the problem? And we can either talk about it at that point, or you know what I'm saying, or we can agree to stay away from each other at this particular point in time. But I'm not for to dog you out on social media because we had a misunderstanding. We had a misunderstanding in private. Now, if you want to take what I say to a public setting, then we're gonna deal with it in a public setting. But as long as it's private, it's private. I mean, it is what it is. Butterfly said that's the world we have always lived in, and it's not our world. Hey, I appreciate it, Type Pocket, man, for real, bro. You know what, Type Pocket, man, I'm not gonna live being afraid to open up, right? You know what I'm saying? To talk about the shit that we need to talk about. Because the truth of the matter is that, man, we got a lot of shit to be thankful for. You know what I'm saying? If you don't wake up in the morning and sit on the side of your bed and thank whatever God you pray to that you were able to see that day, man, you living wrong any fucking way. If you think you wake up on your own, man, you weird, man. You know what I'm saying? And maybe can't nobody help you out with that. You say we can't talk about it. We better be an atomic bomb. No, man. But that's the thing, though, bro. Oh, you know what? Hey, Butterfly, I think what it is that I don't know. I think it's this internet signal is. Hold on, let me try something real quick. Let me know if y'all can hear me all right. You know what I'm saying? Normally, if the internet is tripping shit, it's just gonna cut off. Let me just give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go on a rant and nobody can hear it. You know what I mean? And I ain't really trying to go on a rant, but I'm just trying to talk so that we all have an understanding. You know, we can all talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me all right. Look like it's clearing up. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I switched from Spectrum to T-Mobile, and I think that what the problem is I may have to go back to Spectrum. This T-Mobile internet is, I'm not gonna say it's trash, it's garbage, right? So it's like, the French side of trash. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. This T-Mobile home internet is the French side of trash. It's garbage. Cause I've never, I dealt with this shit with Spectrum, and I was like, oh well, they gave me a better deal, and sometimes the better deal ain't always the better deal. But they saw me coming. You know what I mean? And I'll just deal with it at this point. You know what I'm saying? But say go back to Spectrum fans. I know, right? I've been trying and I really hadn't noticed it really because I hadn't, I only do a live maybe once a week, but things are, because things are at the shop are starting to. I got a little help at the shop now, so it's freeing up my time in the afternoons or in the evenings. So now I can get back to doing, the little podcast thing. I got, I'm gonna try to get back on with Draft on Wednesdays, and me and Maestro got a single show on Thursdays. We're gonna try to kick off here. Either I think next week might be the first show, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. But I can tell you guys, like, man, I don't come on here for any type of clout or try to prove that I'm this or that. You know what I'm saying? I just be having some real shit on my mind, and I be wanting to get this shit off. And I know other people have real shit on their mind that they want to talk about. And I want to give you guys a platform in order to speak on that, and not in a negative way, not in a way that you couldn't share this with your friend or your work, work related or your peers or anything like that. I just want to know that, man, there's things that we can talk about, and we don't have to be ashamed of that. You know what I'm saying? This is a platform so that you can open up your mouth and say whatever the fuck you want to say without judgment. At least for me, right? At least for me, because I can't control what somebody else says. I can't control how somebody else feels. All I can tell you is that I think that if you can't say it the way you want to say it, or you have to be concerned, or you need a disclaimer for your delivery, listen, I am not about to put a disclaimer on a conversation that I have privately with anyone. If I have a conversation with you and I have to put a disclaimer on it, I can't talk to you anymore. If I want to have a conversation with you about G-Man, hey man, let me tell you, this is about G-Man, and then you go back and tell G-Man what I said without the connotation that I told you in, just to be messy, then I know for a fact that I can't talk to you no more. Because sometimes we have private conversations. What's up, Ash? What ring, G-Man? G-Man be remembering every goddamn thing, man. I done slept since then. But we have grown too accustomed to not wanting to hurt anybody's feeling. Again, like I said earlier, it's not what you say, it's how you delivered it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know how to deliver nothing calm and smooth and easy and shit unless it's, it's a quiet hour, you know what I'm saying? And this is the quiet storm, and you know what I'm saying? I had me a couple of drinks, and now my tone is this. But when I'm talking regular, man, I'm loud. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about this shit and woo woo whoop and blah blah blah. But because I'm at that point, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's so aggressive. You caught me in the middle of, you know what I'm saying, of having my own moment. And we all have those moments, right? And they tell you, don't let a minute of anger change for the rest of your life and shit. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? If a motherfucker bring that out of you, They gonna bring that out of you. Not everybody needs that response. Not everybody responds to aggression and anger and frustration. And not a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, can sit back and be like, he was calm. So maybe he wasn't, maybe because he was so calm, he didn't really mean what he said. And I understand that some people got to be yelled at. You could tell a motherfucker nicely, hey, you know what, man, don't do that, bro. I ain't cut like that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do me. Don't say that to me like that. But because I said calmly, they don't believe me. Nigga, don't do that again. Now all of a sudden, man, he called me out my name, man. No, man, we shouldn't even have to go through all that. I should be able to have a conversation with you just like this. Hey, man, we fucked up, bro. So right now, man, ain't a good time for me and you to be in each other's company. You know what I'm saying? Like, the vibe ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gelling right now, bro. So let's just get out of each other's way for a little bit. Let's see if we can come back and figure this shit out later. But right now, we ain't in the right frame of mind for each other. We can't deal with each other right now. Or let me just say this. I can't deal with you. I'm not going to talk, but I'm not going to talk about you behind your back and then be in your face like, what's up, man? No, bro. You gonna, man, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you, bro. It just is what it is. And it's okay if you feel that same way about me. And if you feel like, the relationship needs to be repaired, or you feel like, shit, maybe we need to sit down and talk, then holler at me. But if it's a no for me, then let's just let that sleeping dog lie. I'm not gonna ever roll up on you and be like, man, you old ass, this and that, blah blah blah. No, I'm not finna do all that, man. Not at this point in my life. I have a lot to live for. I have a lot to be thankful for. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I tell y'all, this little one right here, this man, say, I make attempts as often as I can. You know what I mean? Like, I was at a point in my life where, you know what I'm saying? Like just as simple as accepting a date, right? From a friend, with, a female friend. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool, man. But now, man, you have to be receptive to people wanting to spend time with you. You have to be receptive to people actually wanting to be in your company. There's something about you that somebody wants to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to allow that negative, you know what I'm saying, connotation to interrupt that, then you really have a lot of more growing up to do. You ain't as mature as you think you are. I don't know, G-Man, about the ring. I might have to ask him. That's the Aquarius thing. I think it's bigger than just being an Aquarius, right? Because if we go to look at the astrology and all that old type of shit, man, as far as astrology is concerned, man, Aquariuses don't fuck with nobody, man. And I don't believe that to be totally true. I don't believe that to be totally true at all. I think that, there comes a time where we all get into this, I don't feel like fucking with people today. I don't feel like peopling right now. I think we all kind of get into that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, man, I love people. I love, at this point in my life, I love to be able to communicate with people. I just don't, being in the shop, it's shop talk. Everything is always surrounded by motorcycle and music, doing this and doing that. So this is my opportunity to have a conversation not pertaining to motorcycle and music for the most part. There's a lot more real shit going on outside of the shop. When I'm in the shop, man, we can have a conversation, but then it's back to work. it's back to work. There's nothing that we can do aside from be productive in that aspect. We just do what we do, and we have fun doing it every day. And you should be around people that make you feel good and want to have fun every day. Let me say, with the shit that's going on in the audio competition industry. Now, I will say this for a fact. I am not an avid sound competition person, right? I'm not. I didn't build a bike to compete in the sound competition. I built a bike to have fun and impress people that would normally not know what this is. That's what I like to do. Help those that need help, and really just kind of put out there what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do, and I enjoy doing this. The problem comes when other people try to force your hand into doing something that you wouldn't normally do. So I just stay away from it. You know what I mean? I like to smile. I like to be happy. And if you try to, if it's nothing that makes me happy and smile, I don't want to do it, and I'm not gonna stay. There's not enough weed or liquor on the planet that's gonna get me to stay somewhere I don't want to be, and that I'm not comfortable. I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy. I'm not staying. I don't care. It's not for me. But considering everything that's going on in this country, considering that everything that's going on around us here locally, the amount of death that we're seeing, in an astonishing rate. I mean, any point in time, man, somebody not gonna wake up. So why not smile? Why not smile? I don't want to die doing what I love, as that would say. Man, he was riding that bike and he lost his life, man, but he died doing something he loved. Man, I don't love it that much. Oh my God, this fucking internet, man. Piece of shit. I'm sorry, I'll wait for y'all to get back in. I'm telling y'all, man, tomorrow. So long, T-Mobile. So fucking long. I can't do this shit. This is trifling. What I say earlier? Garbage. Shit trash. It ain't even garbage anymore. This shit is trash. It's whew, Lord have mercy. I guess that's my key. Maybe that's the sign. Man, you need to get out for that, man. You talking some nonsense. But again, when I do these lives, it's not about the numbers for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not about trying to figure out who's watching, how many people are watching. This is just me getting shit off my chest. Because when you sit around and you hold on to all this, man, mental health is a real thing, y'all. I'll be real with you guys, man. I advise anybody that spends time by themselves, anybody that spends time, I would advise anybody that has a lot of shit on their mind, just do a live. Just do a live. Just get the shit out. Because the more you talk about it, the better you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have a lot of shit on my mind and shit, and I might be just up like, fuck, man, I probably should have said this. I need to get this shit up. Man, I probably should have. Man, just talk about it. Open up your phone. Go to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok and just go live. Who gives a fuck if it's anybody watching? Just say it. Just put it out there in the universe. Just put it out there. Get it off of you. Just get it off. There's a lot of, man, listen, I can go live every fucking day with the kind of shit that I think about all day long. Sometimes I don't go live because I'm like, man, I don't nobody want to hear this shit. But it's not about anybody. It's about me. This is about getting shit off my chest. This is about hearing other people talk and saying to myself, like, what the fuck? I need to talk about this. I need to get this shit off my chest. Do I care about the ramifications behind what I say? No, because I'm not saying nothing that ain't nobody else thought about. You know, and that's the whole thing about, you know, people, who said it and who now call their name out. Now, why? Why? We ain't got to do all that. We ain't got to satisfy that drama. Get the shit off your chest. Don't sleep on that shit, man. Don't lay down with that shit, them problems on your head, man. Get it off. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure all y'all probably got a best friend. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people talk their problems out with their people. Sometimes people like, man, you know what, man? I had something to say. It wasn't that serious. So, with that being said, I gave you guys an hour of my time. Y'all gave me an hour of y'all's. I appreciate you. I'm going to cut out, you know what I'm saying, and go sit down somewhere. Maybe watching me some TV and laugh until I pass out. But with that being said, just know God put you here for a reason. Find your purpose and live in it. God loves you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? And we're just going to make it a wrap. I'll catch y'all on the next live. And like I say, man, y'all be looking out on Wednesday nights and Thursday nights, man. We're going to try to kick this thing back up with draft and on Wednesday nights. And like I say, man, Stro got something going on Thursday nights, man. You know what I'm saying? If you single, you know what I'm saying? Shit, holler at us and get you in the group. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be some cool shit going on, especially if Maestro ain't part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, man, y'all have a good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the bed bugs bite.